Dire team's turn to ban. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Radiant team's turn to pick. Dire team's turn to pick.
Grimstroke.
Radiant team's turn to pick.
Dark Seer.
Spirit Breaker.
Of a closer for the night.
Team's turn to ban.
Aster.Aries against CDEC. Now they haven't had the best opening here on CDEC, but you know, is a solid organization with a lot of success. But Aster.Aries, they've been looking good so far, man.
Speaking of looking good, look at that opener, Grimstroke Doom, baby.
Radiant team ban.
Hard counter to the Spirit Breaker Darkseer. So the Soulbind, obviously, with them, but I'm a little bit curious, like what you pick in the safe lane that can survive like a Spirit Breaker Darkseer if that ends up being the like 4th position Spirit Breaker. But they could still pick up something like a Nyx Assassin or
remaining.
Like Tusk even, I think we've been seeing a little bit. So
well, we'll see if those heroes aren't banned out. If they get rid of Nyx, I think that'd be a good idea against this Darkseer SB. If they have to play against the Nyx, it's a little bit unfortunate. But yeah, strong openers on both sides. A double Doom, like you mentioned. You would have Invoker on the side of CDEC, and last time we saw the Spirit Breaker, last time I saw Spirit Breaker picked up to a lot of success, it was alongside an Invoker throwing out Sunstrikes every time a charge came out from him. So without that global potential, I'm a little bit more hesitant to think that this SB is going to do well, but we'll see what they pair that one with. On the other side, you know, the Grimstroke and Doom, you can either run this as your position 4 and 3, run it together, or you can put something else there, position 4 and run it alongside the Doom in the lane. One of the benefits of Doom, like we saw in the previous series, is he's able to exist in the lane by himself and still find farm, right? Or move into the jungle and start cleaning up creeps. So you could pick up something that's a little bit more rotation heavy. So something like an Earth Spirit, Mirana, even though it's kind of fallen out of favor, are solid grabs here. But going through a little bit of the reserve time now. We've got 1 minute and 20 seconds left. They've gotten rid of the Wraith King. They've got rid of the Monkey King. The Wraith King makes sense if you're playing the Doom. You don't want whatever carry you're dooming to just get back up. The Monkey King a bit less so, but I guess he doesn't really struggle to stand his ground if he already gets off his Wukong's command. He just sits in his arena and auto attacks you back.
It's also another 4 that doesn't that actually pairs fairly decently with the Darkseer. So you know, if they decide to run this like a mid Spirit Breaker, which we have seen, right? Zhao 8 of course used to do this. We saw Gunner in North America do this earlier this last week. So very popular. They banned they banned the Bloodseeker and the OD, which I love the Bloodseeker ban here. I think this is a really sick one.
10 seconds remaining.
Didn't really talk about that one before, but they grabbed the Jakiro. The good old THD.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I know you're a big fan of this hero. You've been playing a lot in pubs recently in position 3. The Macro Pie with the Egg and Scepter is super sick.
People underestimated Witchblade on this hero, I think is what it was.
Yeah.
This hero has like ridiculous cast range with like Witchblade Liquid Fire at like level 10 because he has...
It's a huge dot, yeah.
Yeah, well you also just get like 200 attack range at level 10.
Yeah, but they have a way to dispel that dot. They pick up the Oracle, which is going to negate all the magic damage from your heavy magic damage lineup.
How do you first round a Darkseer without banning an Oracle?
You first round a Darkseer SB, so he's gonna charge at you. He's either just going to get he's gonna get rooted up. He's gonna lose his oh god, I was going to say empowering haste. It's been a little while since that's been ability.
Bulldoze.
Yeah, he's gonna lose Bulldoze. He's gonna lose Surge. He's going to lose Ion Shell if you simply just drop the Fortune's End off onto him. So Oracle is the best thing they could have picked. And not only that, but you know, you drop a Fate's Edict onto somebody. It's going to negate the damage from the Ion Shells, from the SB Bash, and everything coming out from this Jakiro's kit.
5 seconds remaining.
And then Oracle pick was kind of a no-brainer. I'm gonna... What were we thinking, not thinking about Oracle?
I mean, I just like haven't
seen it.
I haven't seen a first round Darkseer in a long time, but the default is like if you pick Darkseer first round, you ban the Oracle. You actually can't play this hero into an Oracle. It is impossible. I'm wondering if they want to aggressively lane this, if they want to take like the Darkseer to the safe lane into the Doom. You could maybe run Darkseer mid and then pick a new offlane hero here. But you can't put this in the same lane. Yeah, they're gonna ban the Nightstalker. I think that's what they're doing. I think they're actually gonna run the Darkseer mid or something. Or like a support Darkseer here, like a 4th position Darkseer.
Yeah. Ricky, when are we getting our gaming house?
Remaining.
So I've been petitioning for like the last 3 years to get a gaming house with friends, so let me know. We'll make it happen.
I just don't want to move down to America. You're gonna have to come up to Canada.
It's fine with me, dude. I wouldn't want to be here anyway. I ain't leaving NA, but I have no problem going to Canada, sir.
We'll set something up. We'll talk later.
Yeah.
All right. Last a couple of picks coming out here. Morphling grabbed on CDEC. We see Nightstalker and Lycan both banned on the other side. I guess they don't want to deal with the Nightstalker against the Juggernaut. That one is a little bit miserable to play against, along with the Oracle. You get on top of either of these heroes with the Crippling Fear, there's just no way to deal with it. Manta Style, which is normal, your solution to the Silencer on Juggernaut, doesn't do anything there.
Okay.
And Death Prophet makes it all the way through here, Ricky.
It's a good pick. There's your tower damage, fighting up really well to these heroes. The silence also very clutch, so I like this a lot.
10 seconds
The question is, what do you do on CDEC? Because, like I said, you can't run this Darkseer as your 3 position now. It's either got to be a support or you got to go mid with it. You could just run it mid and push with Ion Shells, honestly. And I think they need to pick a better offlane that does well against the Juggernaut here.
Look how happy Red Panda is about this draft. He was smiling just a second ago. Sorry, all of his hope has gone away. I think he realized something not so good.
I'm not sure. Did you see the KDAs earlier between like Phoenix and Echo?
Wait,
Phoenix,
his KDA is 6.
Yeah, on Red Panda.
That's not, he's a support player.
Yeah, did you see Phoenix's earlier, the mid laner? It was like 17.4.
Oh my.
So, I mean, yeah, he's had a good showing so far. I mean, this makes sense. Aster.Aries is the undefeated team right now. They are 3-0, 6-1. Like we talked about, only dropping 1 game to Shenzhen, one of the other top teams, one of the open qualifier teams. Yep. CDEC deciding what they want to do here. I think the not banning Oracle might have been a pretty big oversight. Obviously, not the biggest oversight because you don't know what that is, but one of them for sure.
What's the solution to this? Oracle, probably a hero that jumps the back line, and they got rid of the Lycan and the Nightstalker. Would have been able to run at the Oracle. A Spirit hero is the first thing that comes to mind. You could get yourself a Storm. A little bit annoying to play into the Death Prophet, though.
They need an offlaner, man. I mean, maybe you run Spirit Breaker as your 3, but
yeah. Yeah, they do need. Wait, no, you need an offlane on CDEC? No, you don't.
Yeah.
You got Darkseer.
There's no way you're running Darkseer in the 3 into this game.
I mean,
you either
run the SB in the 3. It's just as bad.
Well, I'm thinking you could run it 4, run Spirit Breaker mid, and then pick an actual offlane, or you can.
Wrong.
Oh my God, they're actually gonna do it. So they pick Lina mid.
Not. Yeah, it's going to be Zhao Fu here on the Darkseer this game.
That is indeed your 3 position player. So they are going to go for it. And
go pause 2 on this Lina. So Lina going to be played in the mid lane here. I thought they'd get something with a little bit more backline jump, but this Oracle, it's going to be tricky for them to get on top of. I'm not sure Lina was the pick here. You can go kind of like a heavy physical damage build, but all this magic against the Oracle, who he's got that Fate's Edict drop on his allies. You're going to be able to spell off a lot of like tick damage as well. This is going to be a very rough game, number 1.
I just like don't see this offlane going exceptionally well. Like you're running Jakiro and Darkseer in the same lane, right? Your Spirit Breaker is going to be in the safe lane. That's your 5. And like you said, you have no damage against this Oracle, and the safe lane should farm pretty easily here. I imagine Juggernaut is going to be a big deal, and this is something that like Ulu has played a lot. I think this is like his like 4th game now on the Juggernaut here in the Division 2, and he has had amazing performances on all of them. So he's going to be very comfortable going into this one.
Win is going to be the name of the game inside your lane, so whenever they try to commit onto you, you simply press Blade Fury and you're able to heal off a lot of this damage. Like Darkseer's strength normally comes from you know, throwing the ion shell out, harassing the enemy down, and then, you know, when they're like half HP, you can finish them off. But against the Juggernaut, who's gonna be able to spin away from, like, you know, these lethal situations, heal himself back up with the healing ward, your kill potential isn't there. So I'm gonna have to go with Aster.Aries, not just based on you know, their undefeated performance so far, but also the superior draft, Ricky.
It's pretty good, yeah. I'm with you. I think they do just have a really solid draft here, and Red Panda is we saw him smiling right on camera. He's gonna have a very fun time on this Oracle. So
let's just jump right into this one. It looks like we're not going to see any action to begin the game. Neither team really wants to try to contest, you know, any wards or anyone else's side of the river. It's disappointing how it's come to this. I think they kept on weakening like these level 1 abilities that people have, Ricky.
Yeah, kind of. I think a lot of it is also like people realize if you just like die at rune, you like kind of lose your lane, guaranteed.
Or if you put the you get the wrong skill at level 1, it also kind of loses your rune. That's disappointing.
Yeah, like lanes are so important in Dota right now. Ulu actually just goes in, gets to the Blade Fury. Okay. So it's going to be 3 runes, but it takes a lot of damage. So Red Panda probably going to send a salve out at some point for him.
Nah, he's going to be. Come on. Or maybe he'll use that extra 40 gold and send him in a salve. You're right. You're right. I'm sorry for doubting you, Ricky.
Is that what he's doing? Nope, he bought a stick.
Okay, never mind. He's heartless. Ulu goes in, gets his team an overall extra 200 gold in his support and give him up anything. The stick makes sense in this lane, though. He's spamming out Ion Shell quite a bit. He did go through a lot of his mana for this first wave in order to secure himself some early CS, but only managed to grab 1 so far. Oh god. Already taking a lot of damage here on the Spear Breaker, but he started with boots, so you're not gonna be able to spin him down on the Juggernaut. He's also got charge, so you know, if he did opt to commit and you know, you somehow slowed up, he could have just gone to the mid lane or the top lane with his charge. It's been just fine.
Speaking of other lanes, though, let's take a look at mid. We got Phoenix on the Death Prophet going up against the Echoes, Lina, and Phoenix has had an amazing tournament so far, but something that we have been seeing banned a lot is the Death Prophet, right?
Yeah, it's banned out first round almost every match, specifically against YBB because they ran this so much in the open qualifiers, but it made it through all the way to the last pick here. So I guess it's just something that CDEC kind of forgot about, or they were more worried about other things, and it's really good against, you know, these melee mid lane matchups, but against Alina, you're never going to be able to get the Spirit Siphon off onto her. And if you do, you know, it's very easy for her to drop an electric ray. Either that or you're forced to back up and break the Spirit Siphon yourself. So this matchup does favor Lina quite a bit, in my opinion. But
yeah,
even so far.
I think Phoenix will be fine, though. He'll just max out the Crypt Swarm, right? And eventually just be pushing the wave on Crypt Swarm cooldown. It's actually quite a bit less of a mana commitment as opposed to the Lina, who usually, you know, Light Strike Array, costs more mana, doesn't do a lot more damage. Is it about the same? Let me see. Yeah, it's like literally a difference of 10 damage, or 10 or 15 damage. So, yeah, pretty good lane for the Death Prophet eventually. You just don't have the right clicks is the only difference. But we haven't really talked about top lane.
No. Top lane, I mean, I think you have a pretty easy time just CSing here on Doom. Neither of them have much kill potential. Once you have Doom available, if you can get it off on a Morphling before you can attribute shift, it's like a guaranteed kill. But we're not going to see too much action up here. It's just going to be, you know, trading for CS. Neither with much ability to kill their opponents, unless like you walk too far forward on this Jakiro, you walk too far forward on Grimstroke.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
And I'm a little bit surprised he goes for the 2 points in the Scorched Earth instead of just grabbing second point Devour here, just because, you know, it does just feel like it's going to be a farm-heavy lane unless the Jakiro is out of position. I don't think they really have much kill threat, but...
What did that courier ever do to anyone?
The Panda's courier is dead.
That is
unlucky. Get behind the kill. They're probably going to think that there's wards back there or something.
Where is that charge headed? I actually could not find... Okay, I guess it was going to a mid creep.
No, he's just trying to get out of there. Away from Jakiro.
Barely misses the...
What can you do?
He walked over and dropped the sentry, and it's just barely off the mark. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Darkseer. There it is. First blood. You leave him alone for just a moment. 2 points here. Purifying Flames and the Fortune's End.
Dire's bottom tower needs some help.
Yep. That up here, making quick work of him. So Juggernaut, I think it'll put him close to the top of the net worth here. They'll get back and continue to farm up. But yeah, first blood going the way of Aster.Aries. Not surprised. This lane is just a complete disaster as far as hero matchups go. The SB and the Darkseer can't do anything. This Juggernaut Oracle.
No, not at all. I mean, eventually, like, you'll be able to just like sit bottom when the Juggernaut rotates out. Yeah. And like you'll be able to kind of just like push lanes with Ion Shells and kind of recover a little bit. But as long as Oracle is the one that's down here, he's just gonna slow you down forever.
Yep.
And we just see Spirit Breaker jungling now. Like he knows. He's like, yeah, there's nothing I can do to help you bottom, brother. I'm just I'm gonna go farm. Like
that's exactly what's happening now. As he needs to go back to base for now, though. He's trying to plant wards. He realized that all he's doing is zapping XP down here. Bottom lane, Jiafu.
Oh yeah, incredibly low again. Takes a lot of damage there from the Jug, but 2 Ion Shell creeps though makes it so he has to kind of back up a little bit. But Ulu's farming pretty well. So is the Morphling though. So you do have some things going pretty well here for CDEC. Obviously, the mid and the safe lane topping their CS charts, or topping their CS opponents rather.
My thanks.
By a little bit, anyways. I mean, he's one CS ahead right now on the Lina. Charge comes out of the mid lane. Not much going to come with that one.
Actually, he might have regretted this. Okay.
But Striker Ray would force him off of him there. Definitely can't pop Exorcism or finish him off with a Crypt Swarm there, though. He's too much HP. Red Panda, he's out of position now, though.
Gets a D ward. The question is, will he get the deny off? He gets the Fate's Edict and absorbs a little bit of damage, but the right clicks from the Spirit Breaker will bring him down. You know, he does hit pretty hard. 70 damage is a lot.
All three clicking away at him there did end up doing the trick. Unfortunately, he wanted to be able to deny himself to the neutral creeps there, but couldn't buy himself that kind of time. Lose Oracle, but Juggernaut essentially free farming in the bottom lane while that goes on. Oracle's keeping up with him though, despite the one kill that the Jug has under his belt.
Whoa, he's not keeping up with him anymore, Neff. He just died. He tried to, I guess, so according to what I can see now, it looks like he was just trying to TP out after the rotation, and the Exorcism, just too much damage, killed him.
Yep. Must have interrupted that one. He did attribute all the way over to strength, so it just ends up getting melted by the Exorcism, and this tower going down very quickly thanks to this DP. And he's playing right beside it, so the spirits have to come back to you immediately after they hit a target. So when you play close to the tower, it ends up doing way bigger DPS.
Bottom lane, Ulu going for the charge. He does connect on it, but he's got a Blade Fury. They get the kill. An extra bash from the Spirit Breaker there. All you needed.
That's your 17%. The vacuum ended up coming in with perfect timing as well. If he had popped that
not much good's happening to Radiant's bottom tower.
Blade Fury, oh sorry, if he didn't throw the vacuum, he would have had time to hit the Blade Fury there. I don't think he would have gone down, but yeah, no time to get the healing ward off. Couldn't get the Omni Slash. Just outplayed, outsmarted. Got played, and he played himself.
Yeah, I mean, you end up getting both of the safe lane heroes at the end of the day, and Ulu debating on going in for an Omni Slash, but I think he got a glimpse of the Darkseer when the Spirit Breaker decided against it. Meanwhile, mid lane, looks like he is going to charge through. He does see this coming. Just a little love tap and walk away.
We're supposed to top lane, gets a haste on the death drop, but all right. Now we're talking. DP is probably going to start making a couple more moves, but she'll wait for this Yule Scepter for now. We've gotten the top tower, but pressuring the mid isn't so easy when you're playing against the SB, the Jakiro, the Lina. They've got so many things. Well, they can turn things on you very quickly with the SB and so many tools to shove the lanes out. He's going to charge top again. We've got vision of TK here because of the Observer Ward, and he doesn't realize this.
Yeah, he's going to see it just a little bit too late. He has Inkswell, of course, but with the Morphling closing in, he doesn't get the bash, so TK is going to be just fine.
One more bash, he might have been able to secure that kill, but just manages to walk away. Back down the bottom lane, Ulu. His farm slowed down a little bit because of that death, but so is Morphling. Didn't have as much room to farm because his wave got pushed all the way, and he doesn't have that tier 1 tower to sit behind either, so he's not feeling as safe to go this far out. No one's able to TP in and save him. And, you know, rightfully so, feeling a little bit nervous. TK waiting in the trees here for him. Gets that initial stun off, followed by a Doom. He'll just end up going down.
They haven't really been able to pressure any towers without the DP. Like, bottom lane has some chip damage on it from Ulu. Looks like they want to try and dive Xiaofu. Nice vacuum. Blade Fury does come through. Might be able to bring him down if he can get in range for that Omni, but he will be unable to do so. I mean, that would have been a difficult kill.
I mean, if he
Meanwhile, top lane, the Doom came out on the Morphling. Exorcisms there. He dies again. Level 6 Doom first target, and it pays off pretty big there.
Able to get anything off of that. No TPing out of that one. So 3K net with advantage now for the side of Aster.Aries. So things are going about how we predicted. Juggernaut doing slightly worse than I thought he would because of that death, but outside of that,
quick Laguna Blade kill there for Echo.
Humiliation.
The one thing though is you did commit the Exorcism for the Morphling kill, and you don't have it available to push the tower again.
I feel like it's been a little bit underwhelming to push towers just because Fortify is so good at stalling things out when you drop it.
Well, they will just drop the wall bottom with the help of Morphling and try and commit for this tier 1 tower. Xiaofu taking a decent chunk of damage, but no one really opting to come down here to slow this down. So tower will end up going to CDEC. Oh, you're right, they did.
Fortify available. They bought themselves another couple of seconds there. I guess everybody a little bit too busy.
Doom's got creeps to hit, you know. Red Panda probably warding. He got enough. He dewarded. No, he's busy. He's a busy man.
They're just keeping their net worth advantage up though.
They're beating on Dire's top tower.
And, Xiaofu now farming up the ancients, the hard camps here. Surprised that he doesn't leave these for the Lina or the SP, but he does have items to build. Working on this Egg and Scepter.
Beating on Dire's top tower.
Will help the Morphling, the Spirit Breaker, play pretty aggressive if he gets this one done early.
Yeah. And he's taking him a little bit longer to do this than he'd probably like, but
yeah,
he will end up bringing it down.
He'll be fine, right? Yeah.
Yeah, he'll get it. He'll get it eventually.
Okay,
yeah, there you go.
Finishes
Nicely
it off.
done.
All right. Now we can leave. Head back to base. Heal back up.
Smoke up. Doom and Red Panda looking to come bottom. Morphling gonna waveform on in. They're like, okay, we found our target. He doesn't have blink yet, but the silence gonna come through from the Grimstroke, and it's just enough time for him to close the gap with the Doom. And that is the third death now on the Morphling.
Not off to a good start here. I mean, he was even with the Juggernaut, who had a essentially free lane in gold for a little while, but now Jug didn't start to pull ahead as you have 3 deaths in a row. And I think Aster.Aries, after these first couple of items to start to make plays, Yule Scepter is done on the Death Prophet, now working on a Sanj Kaya. Want some stashes this game, which is fair enough.
I like it.
Doom working on a BKB after this Midas, who's able to stay on top of targets. I mean, we can see how heavy the magic damage is coming out from CDEC. Without this magical burst, I don't think we can stop Doom from just sitting on top of heroes with a Scorched Earth.
Yeah, I really do like Doom just going for an early BKB here.
And these other heroes on the side of CDEC, I mean, trying to build the Shadow wait on the Spirit Breaker. I feel like that's a little bit ambitious. Aster.Aries is going to be pushing long on like your tier 2, tier 3s long before that's completed. But if you can get
they're looking for Zhao Fu bottom. He gets the surge, and it's going to be TK that finds him. Echo comes in, but he just gets right into a war stomp. The Silence, and Phoenix with this extra chewing through the lead. Yeah, she goes down. You know, you came down for Zhao Fu, but you find Alina instead. Echo, really unfortunate for him. Nice Yules from Phoenix. He's got the Silence, throws it on the backside, does hit them, but doesn't want to come too far forward. Just wants to chip the tower here a little bit with these spirits. Now, I'm not sure if you know this with Death Prophet, but technically you don't want to be right next to the tower for the spirits. Oh, Doom gets saved by the Oracle. Inkswell's going to connect. That is so much magic damage.
Just melted there on the Dark Seer as well. So Zhao Fu, despite you know, him having a reasonably decent start, at least securing himself CS, ends up melting. Still 1,700 gold away from his Aghanim Scepter. That's when he's going to start to have like a bigger impact in these team fights. This hero is going to feel tankier, but 6k net worth advantage now for Aster.Aries. I mean, it's pretty much going how we expected this to go based on the draft and you know, the performances in the previous matches here in the DPC, but my god, you hate to see it.
Yeah. What I was saying though is I think with Death Prophet's Exorcism, someone like worked out the numbers and the angles, and I think if you're like 250 to 300 units away from the tower, that's actually like prime location. That's like prime real estate. Because they don't have to go for this like weird super like wide arc to get back to the Death Prophet for some reason. But just for all you Death Prophet players out there, standing on top of the tower isn't necessarily the fastest way to get the spirits back. Pig pole activated bottom lane, Grimstroke on the run, but no, he's not gonna have any chance getting out of here.
Radiant's courier just got
He
killed.
lost his courier too.
Just a little tap from the Spirit Breaker onto the courier. Yeah, very nice.
Just clean up.
Someone better help.
But I don't think that they're really willing to fight into these heroes just yet anyways. Ulu, who picked up a Maelstrom, it's a sign that he's just looking to farm, take this a little bit later. You don't want
Yasha on the way.
Yeah, you don't want to take it too late against the Morphling though, so he's gonna have to pick up the pace probably after this Sanj and Yasha's done. He's got Aghanim Shard and Blink Dagger queued up afterwards, so he's looking to stay on top of these heroes. This Blink, I mean, you know, ideally jumping onto the Lina or the Chikiro and just spinning them down with that Aghanim Shard is going to be your job in these fights, because you know neither team has too much jump, but I'm just not sure how they're going to get on top of this Oracle or this Death Prophet in these fights. You can kind of run at them with the SB, but the SB by himself isn't going to be enough damage to bring down this Oracle. He's going to do way too good of a job at keeping his allies alive.
Yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right. I don't know how they actually initiate the fights here on the side of CDEC. It's going to be super difficult. As long as his Oracle's positioning is good, which it's Red Panda, so probably will be, like your like entire initiation on CDEC is just going to be botched.
Yep. It's going to be even harder in just a moment. He's almost got his Aether Lens done. Just needs another, what, 200 gold?
Yeah, to sell the Arcane Boots.
Yeah, unfortunately, he didn't pick up a bounty
bounty
rune there.
Doom's got the BKB. They walk right underneath a ward. Unfortunately, they did not figure out who it was that popped their smoke there. They will just commit for the mid tower, though. Didn't have to drop the Exorcism, and they can go into Roche now, actually.
Yeah. Drop it there, and that looks like what they're up to. Drop the healing ward. There's the Exorcism, and these big spells for taking fights around the Roche pit. You know, vacuum, SB charge through that, electric ray, macro pyre, but they're nowhere close to the pit. Yeah, and with no vision, they're gonna be able to grab this.
Yeah, your Lina also just has like Shadow Blade right now. Like you have any big items completed. Morphling's on his way to his Lincoln Sphere. Like there's not a lot you can do. Like they are just so far ahead already on the side of Ares. Like you just have to give up First Roche. And to be honest, First Roche has kind of turned into a farming Aegis. Like realistically, that's pretty much all First Roche has turned into, which I find very boring and kind of annoying. It's never an objective Aegis anymore. It's just like, all right, we got Aegis, first Aegis. All right, go farm for the next 5 minutes and you'll be fine.
Well, I mean, you can take tier 1 towers with it, but taking tier 2 still feels so difficult. I mean,
ooh, mid lane, they go on to Phoenix. Nice silence in from TK. Now the question is, can they get out? Looks like this Spear Breaker should be fine here. Jakiro died bottom, but to who? Doom. Alright, Doom just ran him down.
Yep. He didn't even have to use Doom on him. Oracle as well. Ended up hitting him with Fortune's End. Ended up being enough. Anyhow, but yeah, the first stage is...
they see the Morphling. Doom comes out, he gets the Strength Morph, but the Chain Stuns are coming through. He cops the BKB. Morphling, he needs help fast. Macro Pyre gets dropped. There's going to be the Ice Wall, and Morphling, with all of that heal, with all of that Strength Morph, should be okay to get on out of here. Echo now dumping the damage onto TK. There's going to be the False Promise from Red Panda. Phoenix on going in, but he doesn't have the exorcism quite yet. Tries signs with the backside, but misses completely. Ulu here on the jug, trying to enter the fight, but doesn't find a target quite yet. 0 heroes fall to start this one off. Doom needs a blink, basically, is what they learn, and Aries will back off as he has that queued up.
And he'll be able to farm this one fairly quickly. All right, gets the Devour.
Charge.
Gold Midas.
He can just use. Oh, what a Light Strike Array from Echo into a crit. Wow. All right, that was sick by Echo.
Oh, off of that CDEC. How much gold was that worth? That was like a 1,500, 1,600 swing off of those 2 kills right there. That was
all
sick.
The damage. That was 2,400 damage from Echo. He was about to Yule's the Spirit Breaker, right? And then instantly gets a 2-man Light Strike Array before his hero finishes turning around, and now they get themselves a tier 2 tower in the process. I mean, that is a big win for CDEC.
Yeah. So much net worth. A couple of kills that you had under your belt too, but you don't even have the bottom tier 1. You haven't taken a tier 2 for yourself, despite the fact that you've got Death Prob. It's a nice pickup there. And Spirit Breaker. I said it was ambitious for him to go for the Shadow Blade, but he's only 500 gold off after helping find those 2 kills.
Not too bad.
No?
Morphling has to be careful. Obviously, Blink Dagger now available on Doom. He's just going to go right over the Ice Path. He ends up missing the Stomp, but a lot of damage here, and they will find it.
Yep. Takes down all that damage over time.
He's even got the Fey Grenade.
SP charging Juggernaut up here in the top lane. I don't think they're going to be able to find him, especially if he's got a healing ward behind him. He's got Aegis for another minute and 39 seconds. Yeah, you want to turn around. You don't want to.
I love that just the casual hits him right into Pig Pole. See you later. Do you remember me like non-stop complaining about Pig Pole not having a different sound?
Yeah, then they added one.
And then they added a new sound to it.
Yeah, it was just before.
You're welcome, Dota.
That's Ricky's contribution. You refused to make a squealing noise for me on cast, though.
Yeah, I did. That is true.
So, you only get half credit.
I can do it, but, they didn't, you got to pay for those types of services, right? I can't just give Valve the sound bite,
Yeah.
Dire's top tower is gone. Just a cold fog left behind.
Juggernaut's finally got his Blink Dagger. He doesn't have his Aghanim Shard yet, so he can get on top of people with an Omni Slash, but I think he just wants to be able to spin some of these heroes down. Use to farm up another 1,100 gold for that one. Then I think we're going to see a little bit more action come out from Aster.Aries. Death Prophet.
Well, Jakiro. He's just going to walk into the Doom here once again. What can you do, Bottom lane. Oh, Red Panda, his smoke pops. He knows MKS is here, and it's the Lincolns, the silence. It's going to connect. The root cancels the TP. Doom's like, hey, how you doing?
Oh, hey there, bud.
They got the chain stuns. There's a war stomp if he needs it, and Morphling, you got a Lincolns, but Red Panda ready and waiting. And really smart of him to cancel the Lincolns with Purifying Flames, then channel the Fortune's End right away. That's just such a small, big play, right? We talk about those a lot.
Yeah, the little big plays. As we like to call it, but interrupting that one as he tried to jump away. They got vision with that bog and ended up making a world of difference there. They're just pushing down the tier 2s. I don't think they're going to be able to go high ground off of this, but
Tower has looked better.
no.
They're going to go for the charge mid. Oh, Yule's will interrupt it, but a huge vacuum into a sick macro fire. But the question is, can they get out? I don't even know where Lena went, but she is super dead. As Phoenix will just heal back up to full.
Yeah, courtesy of that Oracle, the healing ward, the Spirit Siphon. You know, when you got double healing into that Oracle ult, there's just absolutely no way. And they kind of want to walk up high ground here, but the DP ultimate expires, and I do think they
kind of want to just force the buyback,
try.
I think. I want to, like, okay, how fast did this Lena die? Just Death Prophet. Oh my god, the Exorcism just, like, instantly killed her after the TP.
Yeah, she just doesn't have any armor. That's the issue.
Wow. That was wild.
Forced back now, though.
It's that combined with the fact that she went Silver Edge as opposed to like a BKB, right? So also a lot less tanky.
Yeah.
Dire's bottom tower is being
It's probably
chipped
SB
away.
continued that charge there, but they did drop a sentry. So they had vision of him as he was coming in. Don't do it again. Okay.
You're like, that's just like, bro, calm down. Echo going for the Lincolns. I mean, you have to get one this game, right?
Yeah, absolutely. The Lincoln Sphere, 100% necessary. If you don't get that, I mean, it just becomes too easy for them to control you up. There's the Doom that comes out, so you could drop that on somebody. You know, when you see the cast animation comes out, when all these people are on low ping, which they are, it becomes much easier to get the Lincoln's block of a Doom coming out. The fact that you know, the Fortune's End coming out from people, the Yule Scepter from Death Prophet allowing her to set up on top of you. A lot of things this game.
Blink Dagger on the Juggernaut now. Smoke's gonna pop, and he will jump right up here. And there it is, Blade Fury with the Ink Swell. That's the new shard, of course. Super sick. And they get the D ward in the process. So
You got too much movement speed. There's no way you're getting away from this guy now.
Ink Swell, Blade Fury with that shard where he gets that extra 100 movement speed plus the extra attack. Ooh. Oh. He's dead. But he also usually goes to Blade Fury DPS, if I'm not mistaken. Ulu picks that up a lot of times. In this game, the armor isn't that necessary, right? Here gets Lena Morphling, but let's see how it goes. Double damage comes out from Phoenix. Echo just died bottom. Doom wasn't even committed for this, so you gotta be careful. All right, he's gonna jump in. The silence does connect onto the Morphling, holding him down. He's just getting burned. They get the kill and now jumps over into the Omni Slash on the Zhao, who ends up taking up on the Jakiro. One last auto attack to find the kill. He's got a full stick as well. Might have come a little bit too far, but his team ready to back him up if they need. Lena will buy back into this game, but again, Doom, he's just gonna join the fight. He was busy killing other heroes on the other side of the map.
Yeah, he's got Doom available.
Jumps right in, stuns up the Spirit Breaker, and gets that kill, no problem at all.
Dire's middle barracks
Quick
are
work
under
of this Rax now, and I think they'll just turn their eyes. I think they'll turn their eyes to the top lane. They don't necessarily have to, though. They could back up and go to Roshan, yeah. Kaya Sanj completed on the Death Prophet after that push as well. She can do way more magic damage. The only thing she's lacking right now is armor, but now the magic resist that she gets from her talent at level 10, the Nether Shawl that providing extra magic resist as well.
And she's queued up a Lotus Orb, so there's your extra armor, right?
Yeah. And right now it isn't a problem. I mean, Lena did go to the Silver Edge. She can melt heroes fairly quickly, but not if she gets melted herself, which has been what's happening here. And
Juggernaut queues up the Basher.
Yeah,
They will scout the Roche.
Doom is going for the Shiva's Guard now.
Really?
In fact, yeah, he's going to sell his wand. There it is.
That is a big pickup.
Yeah.
Hey, do you remember when Fate's Edict used to increase physical damage taken and you could, like, do Roche it with, like, Oracle and any other hero in the game?
Yeah. Increased physical damage taken and disarmed.
Yeah.
Roshan was just
It was like 200% bonus physical damage, too. It was a lot or something.
No, it was just 50%. You're exactly.
No. Okay, no, I did the math backwards in my head, is what I meant. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Good old Oracle on release.
Yeah.
Not as bad as Monkey King on release.
Yeah, that hero was something else, man. The good old 300 damage boundless strike at like level 1.
I think my favorite part of Monkey King on release was the crashing your game.
He's found Spirit Breaker. He gets the channel. He gets the cancel once again. Dude, what's the cooldown on this Fortune's End? 6 seconds. He charges right across, but he runs right into the enemy team.
Okay, so because he was bashing and he has the shard, when you come into the attack, yeah, he bashed him while he was charging with a melee attack.
Oh my god.
So because how it works, you get the auto attack off onto somebody when they come to your Blade Fury once every
Every second.
Every second for 75% damage. He got hit on the first attack from the Spirit Breaker as soon as he came rage with that Blade Fury. That was sick.
That's so funny, actually.
It's the first time I've seen that happen.
A little bit of chip damage bottom, but not enough.
Now your tier 3 is under threat. You've got Fortify. You can buy yourself a little bit of time, but you can't really force these heroes off your tower with the Fortify.
Top tower.
I mean, Phoenix
got Fortify,
has an arcane rune.
Tower shouldn't have to take this abuse.
All right, they're gonna smoke up on the backside. They know they've got to do something here. You got to somehow bring down Phoenix, but where's your initiation? It's actually Darkseer has a blink. There's the charge in onto Phoenix. They get the first stun. Nether strike back, but the instant save and they just turn it around. The Blade Fury just melting these heroes, and MKS trying to do what he can, but the bash in from Ulu. He's still got the Omni Slash, and he's to get that off just in case. No, he will not. They're gonna go ahead and try and back out of the base here. It seems as I have overcommitted. They will just wait for this wall to expire.
Still got a little while yet. 30 seconds. 100-second cooldown, and it's gone. Back a little bit further away though, so they still keep the racks alive after that team fight, but they expended pretty much everything there. Lena still doesn't have his Lincoln Sphere. Okay, Lincoln Sphere now completed.
Oh, actually smoke here on CDEC. Oh, Doom's gonna find the Morphling in the mid lane. They get the chain stuns, but gonna get saved for the moment. Inksmo, he just gets melted, but on the backside fight, Ulu, he's trying to get on top of Echo. The Surge, it's not enough. He gets the kill, and now Spirit Breaker gonna end up getting feared by this Death Prophet and die as well. So that's a dieback on your Lena.
Spirit Breaker's forced to buy back into the game here. There's nothing for them to take in the mid lane other than look for kills, but if they can shove this in, then makes up for the fact that top lane is still pushing and they can grab that range track, that melee racks over there. Juggernaut still has Omni Slash as well. If someone managed to stun off on the Morphling here, he's just going to come in onto him.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, charge comes through from the Spirit Breaker, but second charge comes through. Morphling does need to be careful though. He gets the Blade Fury and the bash. He's silenced up. He can't get out, can he? He's trying really hard. There's gonna be the wave for him. He does now. Darkseer, great vacuum in back. Nice soul blind once again, but Phoenix just standing his ground. Hasn't even had to commit the BKB. Just dropping these Spirit Siphons out onto these other heroes, and Ulu Omni slashes up one. Pops the Blade Fury, but a nice charge in from the Morphling once again. There's gonna be the bash. Phoenix pops the BKB. Doesn't look to be able to find any of these kills. Red Panda's the one who's playing a little bit aggressive. He just blinks on in, but
they still haven't taken the melee racks off of that. So CDEC, even though they're losing heroes, have managed to keep their buildings alive, kind of. Juggernaut, who goes back to objectives here, but he's gonna be forced to get back pretty soon. He can't keep his eyes on the prize, man. And now he's baited out. I mean, he's got no mana available,
but yeah, he does have Aegis. You're right. Doom's back though, so that's a big deal. Shiva's Doom still available. Didn't get a chance to use it in the last fight. They will get the barracks. Yeah, I don't think you can't deny any gold from barracks, right?
Oh, you get bonus gold if you get the last hit on it.
Oh, that's right. You deny the bonus gold. That's right. That's right.
Juggernaut doesn't get that one. Next, he's got the Nullifier queued up, looking to do even more damage. Stay on top of this Lena, the Morphling. Morphling's probably going to be working on the Ghost Scepter / E-Blade pretty soon. And
that was
you already have the Ghost Scepter on the Darkseer.
Dire's bottom tower.
Get the bottom tower there. 30 or 25 seconds on the Aegis.
You get on top of Oracle, but I don't think you've got enough damage to kill him.
No, he's just going to go ahead and turn around onto the Spirit Breaker, but it's the other side of the fight. Doom pops his BKB. He wasted the Doom, actually pops by a Lincoln's instead. So you get the Spirit Breaker.
can see are already coming in, but they've got several.
Oh, the soulbind onto 2, chasing him down the blade, just cleaving through them, silenced up by the Death Prophet. 2 heroes dead without the buyback, and there it is. The GG will finally come through. Other options, that is going to be a very convincing game number 1 here from Aster.Aries.
Yeah. 28-7 here, but again, this team did have a superior draft. They've looked better so far in this tournament. I don't think anyone is too shocked about this one. You had moments where you felt like you'd come back there on the CDEC, but you know, you're playing this Dark Seer and Spirit Breaker into the Oracle. You talked about this during the draft, Ricky.
Yeah, it's...
Rough, man. That tired?
5 seconds remaining. Dire team's turn to ban. Radiant team's turn to ban. Dire team's turn to ban. Radiant team's turn to ban. Dire team's turn to pick. Radiant team's turn to pick.
Weaver.
Radiant team's Dire team's turn to pick.
Hey everybody, welcome back here to the DPC. My name is Cryptic, and of course here with Neff going into game 2 of our 3rd series. Here's CDEC versus Aster.Aries. Now breakdown, what's got to change here?
10 seconds remaining.
According to CDEC, not much, Ricky.
5 seconds remaining.
They just opened Darkseer Shadow Spearbreaker again.
Without that Oracle ban, but they do ban out the Death Prophet this time, so at the very least they don't have that to worry about. But I imagine that Aster.Aries is about as confused as I am.
They've got to be sitting here thinking like, okay, do we just pick the Oracle here, or do we hope that they don't ban it?
Well, they do end up picking up the Doom, so they got one Dispel there in the form of, you know, Doom signature spell, Doom. You can also pick up the Seder Trickster, which does have the Purge of the Dispel. And they ban out the Raking immediately afterwards, so Aster.Aries, I don't think too much has to change. They ban out the exact same heroes. They don't want the kid to get back up after dropping the Doom on them, but I'm certain that they ban out the Oracle here on CDEC, right?
Hear me out, Neff. Hear me out. Mm-hmm. Weaver Oracle is not a great support duo.
That is true. Your support duos don't do too much damage. You don't have a real stun between those, so at that point they think, okay, well, if they pick up the Oracle, they will be pretty heavily punished for it.
Don't freeze up.
They might not do it this game. Instead, they get rid of the Invoker, which, you know, Tornado, Dispel, pretty good against both the Spirit Breaker and the Darkseer. They banned it out in the previous game as well. They get rid of the Monkey King now on the side of Aster.Aries. I'll be disappointed if I don't see an Oracle ban. I feel like there's a lack of respect to Red Panda if Oracle isn't banned.
They're thinking about it, right? Like, they've got to be thinking about it.
10 seconds remaining.
At least I hope they're thinking about it. But
5 seconds remaining.
I do like the Invoker ban. I think this is a pretty good one.
To ban.
All right. Leshrac gotten rid of now, so again, just worried about that tower push ability. It's something else that pairs up with the Oracle fairly well. We talked about this one a couple of times. Leshrac, the Death Prophet as well, I suppose. Very good with heroes that can keep them alive in team fights and give them the extra survivability. They have the saves, allow them to just run in. With the Pulse Nova, the Diabolic Edict, and I guess Exorcism and Spirit Siphon. So get rid of all the heroes that pair up fairly well with the Oracle, then they're not worried about the Oracle of itself being played in the safe lane against this Darkseer again. Either that, or they plan on pulling a gotcha, and it won't be Zhao Fu on the Darkseer.
Dire team's
yeah, which we'll find out. We'll find out for sure.
Disruptor.
I mean, okay, they banned the Oracle. Oh. All right, my worry is less. They go and pick up the Disruptor here, so that's not bad.
Not surprised that that Oracle is banned. He smiled when they did see it banned, so I think they have something else in mind here. But Disruptor, fairly solid pickup as well. One of the more popular supports after the post-TI nerfs to a couple of heroes that were grabbed a lot there because he's relatively unchanged. People are comfortable with them.
You can play Lifestealer into that combo, can't you?
Yep. Or which combo? Oh, sorry.
Into the Darkseer Spirit Breaker?
You can. I mean, if you get locked down, you still just end up melting and you die, and you're susceptible to getting killed just from your HP whittling down. You're not going to be able to heal up nearly as much as he's going to be able to pump out damage onto you. So I feel like just going for the Juggernaut again is solid enough, but that's not what they go for. Instead, they go for Grimstroke, and they pick up the Sven to go alongside, and CDEC picks up Lifestealer for themselves.
Okay. So I was going to say I would really like to see Grimstroke picked up again here, because it works so well with Doom, but also it's a really good counter from the safe lane into this like Darkseer Spirit Breaker combo. So the Sven a little bit different. It's just like a really strong hero. The cleave obviously helps clean up these waves pretty fast. And Stormhammer to follow up with an Inkswell is pretty good.
Yeah.
But the lifesteal on the side of CDEC, I'm not actually sold on this because Doom actually doesn't struggle that much against a lifestealer.
No, he can trade with him reasonably well. I mean, if he gets like an Alpha Wolf or something like that, especially the damage aura, plus like the crit damage that he gets, you're forced to play pretty close to the lane. As soon as he hits level 6 on Doom, the rundown potential is still there. You've got a lot of movement speed, but your strength growth rate is actually, I think, one of the lower ones in the game for all strength heroes at 2.4 per level on Lifestealer.
Yeah, I think one of the things that's really interesting about that matchup is like Doom with Scorched Earth can actually just apply a ton of damage to the Lifestealer without putting him himself in danger, right? He shoves the lane, Lifestealer does not anti-push well. The only thing he has to be worried about is like getting glimpsed into a kinetic field, because the kinetic field combo with the Lifestealer is pretty good because it just allows the Lifestealer to just chat up on the hero and just kind of beat them down. But I imagine we'll see and probably start with like a Ring of Protection pretty early here.
What's in the game?
It's what the lowest in the game.
2.4 out of every strength hero is Lifesteal the lowest strength growth rate. It's got to be people lower, right? No, Io's at 3 now. Sorry, I'm getting off topic here.
It's not Ricky Maru levels of bad primary stat gain, but
it's pretty bad.
It's all right. He has like 80 free attack speed or something. It's fine.
Yeah, but I can't think of anyone who has lower than Lifestealer now that I'm thinking about it.
5 seconds
Queen of Pain
remaining.
is still available for the mid lane here. They banned the Puck. The Ember Spirit's banned. Storm Spirit is still available.
Storm we haven't seen at all today, which is a little bit surprising.
We haven't at all. You're right. But I don't think you can pick Storm if the Queen of Pain's in, right? That just feels so rough.
Radiant team's turn to pick.
I think that's what it comes from, is like Queen of Pain just has been such a strong counter. Ooh, they grabbed the OD. Okay.
All right, so there's your save, and you can drop in somebody who gets you attempt to glimpse back. Spirit Breaker tries to charge on. You get double OD Astral Imprisonment as well if you need it with the Grimstroke. So it provides you a couple of things potential here, and the ability to play around the Disruptor. Everyone on the side of Aster.Aries is going to need a BKB in this game, though. Doom, Sven, OD in order to deal with this Disruptor. But once you have that, I think they're going to struggle to do any damage.
Choose your hero.
Ricky.
They go back for a Shadow Fiend.
All right, it's the second time we see an SF pickup tonight, and it was okay in the lane last time, but after that, I do feel like it was kind of susceptible, getting outscaled in the end game, and a lot of confidence to pick a Shadow Fiend against a team that just absolutely bopped you in the last game. But we'll see if this confidence pays off. I feel like confidence need to be a Shadow Fiend player, anyways.
I will say this: Shadow Fiend. There's like one particular hero that you hate playing against, and that is Doom. It's like one of the worst hero matchups in the game for you to be playing against, because you just do not do well if he gets on top of you. And we'll see how it goes. I mean, it's a pretty easy dual target in this game, so I'm curious if he can actually make it work. Grimstroke with the Soulbind just makes that easier as well. So it's going to be a rough game, I think, for CDEC. I don't think Phoenix is even going to struggle in the mid lane on this Outworld Devour.
It remains to be seen. I mean, if anything gets too tough, you just drop the Astral Imprisonment on the Shadow Fiend. You can stop and finish you off with that raise combination. You just need to be careful with your cooldown. I'm gonna have to go with Aster.Aries as my favorite for game number 2 as well. I I don't think they fixed the major solutions by banning out the Death Prophet, banning out the Oracle in this game. I don't think Lifestealer is the carry that they need to secure this game. Sven is just going to significantly out damage you.
You're right. I feel like that is the case, and see how it goes. Lifestealers in certain games can really pop off with like the arm. So he's gonna have a lot of weight on his shoulders here to not only win his lane, but then get aggressive and try and just fight it out. But it is game 2. Thank you, Dawnbreaker, for the transition. We love you so dearly much. Here we are, Aster.Aries versus CDEC. Rough game 1 for CDEC, honestly.
For sure. Let's hope they can bring it back. I don't think we're going to see much action at the beginning of this game, though. As we discussed last time, teams generally don't want to put any points in the wrong abilities to take a fight inside the river. I mean, we did see Jarnata just snag the boom last time, but CDEC, it's Lifestealer who's the only hero who's
thought you had me, didn't you?
got that magic immune ability to be able to get in and get out real quick. But if you put the first point into Rage, I think that is you leveling the wrong ability. You usually want Feast or Ghoul Frenzy first to be able to trade with the enemies in lane. Yeah, not much action, unfortunately. Bottom rune, Doom and Lifestealer will bop each other a little bit, but that's it.
Yeah.
Actually, they get 3. Get 3. Lifestealer outclicked the Doom.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
All right. I didn't even see the Lifestealer there. Very nice. Echo with a nice tip. Hey, good job, buddy. And Doom did start with the Ring of Protection. This is pretty much what I figured.
Yeah, but Aster.Aries got 3 runes last game, and they won. CDEC get 3 runes this game, and I mean, just food for thought.
Thought indeed. Ooh, charge. Okay, top lane. You are going to have a lot more difficult time dealing with Darkseer's illusions here. And this is something that I'm a little bit weirded out by when it comes to this Sven pick, because you could have picked like a ranged hero that just can clear them and not be pressured by the Darkseer, but go with the Sven instead here. So we'll see how it goes. They're just going to go ahead and block up both of those camps, make sure that Red Panda cannot pull these. Meanwhile, Ulu, wait a minute, that camp did spawn. Okay, that was interesting.
A little bit weird, but I think he was just outside the box or something, right?
Yeah, he must have been.
Okay, in a lot of trouble already. He won't be finished off by his last one, but be close. He's sitting at 45 HP, and magic resistance will keep him alive.
Take a lot of damage from the Lifestealer there, actually. That early level of Feast.
I mean, you don't have much max HP, you don't have much armor on the Weaver, you don't have damage block, you're a ranged hero, so you play too close, so you do get punished for it. But yeah, Feast is generally what you level up first on Lifestealer. Bonus damage, healing up allows you to trade with the enemies a little bit easier, and then Ghoul Frenzy at 2. He's going to go Orb of Venom as well. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes Orb of Corrosion in this lane and walk down this Doom. Doom has to get early boost to speed in order to deal with this Lifestealer coming out to him right now. Then after that, armor. He's got Soul Ring, he's got Phase Boots queued up immediately afterwards, but they'll have to get the chainmail component of these Phase Boots first.
Yeah, I think this is the correct build. Like he does just need to go this ring right into Phase Boots. I think this is like definitely the best way that he can play the lane here.
Yeah.
Just try and mitigate as much damage from this Lifestealer and then be able to just sit down here solo. He also picked up a Cloak Aura, so trying to reduce some of the damage being dealt by this Disruptor's Thunderstrike, which is kind of sick. So, pretty good.
10% to extra magic resist, so he's going to be hard to deal with in the lane. It means that MKS isn't going to have such an easy time trading, especially without any wards down. MKS kind of getting bopped here. Is he going to be forced to buy any extra regen? Sorry, you were saying?
Oh, no, you're good. I was going to say we can take a look at top lane and see what's been going on up here. It's a lot of creep dragging shenanigans, it seems, is they just keep pulling them away from Sven and then sending them underneath the tower. This is very strange. Do you have any idea why they're pulling the creep here?
I guess he's trying to deny as much from the Sven as they can. If the wave is already all the way back here, then Sven's not getting any of this XP or gold.
Are they just like really worried about the Stormhammer combo? Is that actually what it is?
I mean, wouldn't you rather it be back here than close to the Sven? I mean, he's not going to get any of these creeps. No XP, 0 XP, and 0 gold, man.
Well, Sven's like farming pretty well. He's 16-3. And he's got a whole creep wave still that he's just kiting around.
Yeah, but it's a full wave that just got denied from him.
Yeah.
That's 200 XP and like, it's like 180 gold, man.
Yeah.
That's the most that the SP is going to be able to contribute because he needs to be useful in other ways. He doesn't trade with the enemy so well, so he's got to play with the creep wave, drag it around. He's got movement speed to work with, but not many tools to harass the enemies. So that's the best he's able to do to deny Sven any farm. We can't zone the hero, that you zone the creeps. It's a Galaxy Brain play.
Phoenix mid lane doing this standard Meteor Hammer build though. So yeah, we're going to be able to see
that one's going to
do a little damage. Towers and stuff. Ooh, try to get the vacuum there to save the Spirit Breaker, but there's the Storm Hammer and the Inkswell combo, and first blood goes to Ulu as he gets the cleave off of Zhao Fu and to try to make it underneath the tower. Looks like he will, just barely down to 50. He's got a Stroke of Fate in a moment. Needs to be careful though. Yeah. Would definitely die to 2 auto attacks from that creep.
Yeah, so he's got to back up away. Can't even get that Stroke of Fate off, unfortunately. Barely got out of that one with his life. Back over here to the mid lane, though. Phoenix is... And it's just something clear on top. Phoenix, he is finishing up his Meteor Hammer pretty quickly, and at that point, Spirit Breaker's going to have to play pretty close to the mid lane. The Meteor Hammer, you can turn things around and get the kill off on OD. But that it kind of requires a lapse in judgment by Phoenix. If Phoenix like forgets about the SB and he just walks to the Shadow Fiend aimlessly.
Charge coming out bottom onto TK. He barely makes it outside of that kinetic field, but yeah, he's definitely dead. Charge comes through, and well done there from the Spirit Breaker to find that kill.
How much you can do about that one? Meteor Hammer now done as well, and I think this is where Phoenix and SB are going to have an opportunity to set something up here. Arcane Rune bottled up. To play a little bit safer, I think the SP is going to be on the forefront of his mind after he just watched him walk up to him and stonks.
That is indeed stonks. The enemy bounty runes as well. Okay, feels pretty good.
Yep. And I think Echo's a little bit hesitant to take his own because he wants to optimize his use of this Arcane Rune, but the enemy's going to end up stealing his bounty rune if he doesn't do anything. In fact, I've thought that he already went up there. Echo?
Inkswell will connect. I don't think you have the damage for this. Yeah, it's a little bit scary diving underneath the tower there, and Phoenix does not want to put himself out of position. Bounty. So he's just going to drop that Meteor Hammer on the tower instead. Do what damage you can. They have a catapult. I imagine they should have afforded this.
Yeah, that was a lot of damage that they just did.
Ulu. Gotta be careful though. Pulls him back with the vacuum. The ion shells, he gets a quick bash, and that is an easy kill onto the Sven. And this is what I was afraid of.
I mean, yeah, you can't do this when you got the Oracle in your lane. Just, oh no, Red Panda, you knew they were here. You walked right into them.
Yeah, I think he underestimated the damage from 2 ion shells there.
Yeah. A lapse in judgment there by Red Panda, and now 3-1 to CDEC.
Yeah, I could just clearing up some stacks in the jungle. You know, so this is a for some like team bonding, taking enemy creeps away.
Yeah, that's what Dota is all about, right? It's not about enjoying the game yourself, but removing fun from enemies.
Yes, this is why I like playing Pudge.
It removes the fun for your enemies and your allies.
If you're a bad Pudge, yes.
Nobody wants to deal with that. Doom, top of the net worth. We're not surprised. Well, I guess tied with Shadow Fiend. We're not too surprised about that one. Did max Scorched Earth down here as well, even though he hasn't managed to find any kills, but can threaten people out of lane. It's on top of Lifestealer here. I do think that he's got kill potential with the Soul Ring. But he's gonna move right back to the jungle, finish up his Hand of Midas, and just continue to out farm him I think that letting lifesteal do what he wants is a little bit of an issue. But if you can catch him out with a Doom like immediately after he completes his armlet with the armlet active, you know, he goes down fairly easily.
Oh, Weaver pops a sentry, will get a D ward. He's gonna pay for this one for sure, though. I think he realized he's like, well, I'm definitely dead, but I'll at least get something for this. Sometimes just Sakuchan behind ground right into 2 heroes, you know?
Yeah, I mean, 134 gold and Observer Ward. It's not bad.
A freshly placed Observer Ward, too, you know?
It's damage to the enemy team's vision.
Also, to their morales, it's mental damage, you know? They're gonna go ahead and bring Weaver down to the bottom lane. Doom can't kill the lifestealer alone. Like, he definitely needs help, and the OD I don't think is gonna be able to do anything either. So
they're beating on Dire's top.
they're just gonna be able to let this lifestealer farm, and it's really gonna come down to whether or not Aster.Aries can hit like this mid game timing, because at some point Sven will start pulling a lot further ahead, and this offlane Doom is always gonna have farm. So if they hit their like BKB timings, I really think Aster.Aries will just like run over CDEC pretty much simultaneously. Oh, top lane, Red Panda. Gets the silence out onto the Spirit Breaker. Inkswell will slam him up for the moment. Phoenix trying to make the wraparound as well as Blue. No points in the War Cry, but he gets the Stormhammer.
Spirits will come right back. We'll throw it out again.
He's gonna go and drop the Astral just for good measure and gets the kill. Lane OD happy about that one. His Midas. So this is the standard OD build we've been seeing. This Meteor Hammer, Brown Boots into the Midas, and then usually like BKB or Axe.
Yeah, I mean, Meteor Hammer I feel like is necessary to be able to continue to farm up. Kraves to be able to push the enemy mid tower, kind of actually act as a mid and not have only single target. Up this camp so quickly with that as well. The Meteor Hammer is necessary for farming and pushing. So good on this hero.
Nice combo. Managed to keep it in static field the entire time. No time lapse available.
Quick work of him for sure.
All right, Ulu, where are we on this Sven? Mask of Madness, eventually going for the Echo. Pretty much the standard Sven build, nothing to really change there. Yeah, but Echo making his way top.
Top 3 all on the side of Aries. You need to pick up the pace here on CDEC. I mean, Darkseer, he's going for his first item, Aghanim Scepter. He's a little bit further behind where he'd want to be on CS, 4.1k. They're going to rotate a couple heroes up here. I think, yeah, they see Echo and they figure, all right, well, they don't have a ton to say. Why don't we just run at this SF? I think, yeah, there's no reason Doom shouldn't head up there as well. I mean, he's still working on his BKB, but he's got Doom available. I think they're running to the...
Oh, he's going to cancel, okay.
Yeah.
And OD teleporting in. They will see this. Xiao Fu needs to be careful, though. The Meteor Hammer is really big deal. Shadow Fiend, though, big Requiem. The second Stormhammer comes through, and TK, he gets the time lapse out. And comes Zulu. He's got God Strength. He wants to pop in a nice charge, though. Comes through and will stun them up. First, just going to beat a Darkseer as they chase for more. And that is a super dead disruptor. Comes through very fast, and they'll pop that fortification on the top tower. Meteor Hammer, and there's going to be the God Strength. He held this for a really long time. I thought for sure he was just going to run in with it, but
I guess he figured he didn't need it, or he'd just be putting it on cooldown. Otherwise, he'd be using to, you know, maximize his farm or take another tower. But that's going to be the top tier one down. Now 3k net worth to Aster.Aries off of that one. And I'm not sure they're thinking. There were no way
they didn't commit Doom. They're coming mid. Oh, gets the rage off just in time, but maybe.
Yeah. The SB is going to stop Doom from coming forward and dropping that onto Echo. He's faking that out right there. I saw the beginning of the casting animation, but ultimately end up getting back.
Yeah, the freeze frame of Doom with his hands going up is definitely a moments before disaster freeze frame.
All right, now BKB is still being worked on Doom. Until he has that, I think he's headed to like play super far into the enemy team. Otherwise, you know, they can turn things around with Kinetic Field and Static Storm. They could run people down with the Ion Shell on Darkseer, but they're gonna have to rely on the physical damage from the lifestealer, which at this point isn't too much. He's got the armlet completed, but that's it.
Yeah, he's still gonna need like a Desolator.
He goes for Blink Dagger instead on Doom. I guess he's more concerned about getting on top of these heroes than he is, staying alive.
I'm okay with this just because they don't have like the same type of mid laner as last game. So you can just kind of Blink Stomp or Blink Doom anyone, and he doesn't really need a BKB to follow it up, right? Like, he'll get to the BKB eventually. Ooh, double smoke, unlucky there. But you're also just, your carry Sven just wants to keep farming. He has no desire to continue jumping in. There it is, the Blink Stun. They get the Life Stealer. That's how you find the kill. Big Static Storm, but they are going to be able to just save him here with Phoenix. Yeah, nice Astral. Meteor Hammer, not going to be bothered, obviously, thanks to the Soulbind, but holding them down for the moment. Not going to be able to find the kill. He barely survives.
Yeah. Miscalculation there by the OD. Thought they'd have enough to finish him off, but will drop the SP low enough that he's not able to defend the tower. They'll pop the Fortify, but
TK Sap
they'll be able to grab this one.
They see Echo. Lulu comes in real quick with a God Strength, cleans up that tier 1 tower in the mid lane, and will just walk out. They don't have Glimpse available. We'll find him now. Inkswell on top. Oh, the Astral. All right, you talked about this earlier.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons they picked up the OD. That save from that one, and we've been seeing a lot more disruptors, so it makes sense that we see more disruptor counters picked up. Not being able to grab that Sven there. He's got the BKB queued up now as well, so he's gonna be able to deal with that Glimpse himself. He's kind of pesky to deal with.
Exactly, and this is what I was talking about. Like the Doom just wants to make a couple plays first with his Blink Dagger, but they really want to synchronize their BKB timing. So like Doom's and both going to get theirs nearly identically timed. Udi about to have a Force Staff, then we'll go back for his, but Echo working on the mid tier 1. They will drop the fort, trying to just buy themselves a few extra seconds, but 3 heroes smoke mid lane. Trying to connect into the bottom. They get the charge out onto the Doom, but they don't see Ulu behind him. Ooh, he gets the blink off just in time.
Yep. You might have gone down there on Doom. You don't have a ton of HP. The Storm Bolt would have helped with the disengage. This is a good for SF. He's having space made for him like the optimal time. He's very close to his BKB right now. This is probably like the weakest point he's going to be inside the game. It's like 16 minutes post landing phase. He's a little bit behind a couple of the enemy heroes and very susceptible to getting gotten on and just be bursted down by magic damage. So we've got the BKB. He can stand his ground in the middle of these team fights. And the only hero that he's really going to struggle to trade with is the Sven.
Yeah, absolutely.
Speaking of, bees and whatnot, his next on the OD. Surprised that he opted to go for staff as his next item. I thought like BKB would be absolutely crucial given that he's playing against a disruptor.
It is really to have the Force Staff just against like the Life Stealer and the Shadow Fiend and stuff like that. It also gives them a little bit of catch, kind of like a pseudo BK or a pseudo blink, right? But yeah, I agree. I kind of expected him to go to the BK here for sure.
Dire's middle tower isn't going to last long.
He's almost got Sanj coming out to him on the Lifestealer right now. I think he'll probably grab a Heaven's Howl, but that'll allow him to trade with the OD, when he's not in his rage form, or get him off of his allies in the fights. But that means his damage is going to be kind of underwhelming. You spend a lot of gold for not so much damage, just getting utility out of that. And we give him bigger strength with either. I feel like you're going to start to fall off on this Lifestealer. Over Heaven's Howl.
Speaking of falling off, falling down is going to be Jump.
Nice.
Yeah, you like that?
Yeah. All right, BKB almost done on Doom. Just need one more component in that.
Nicely timed on that Storm Hammer. He waited for the ultimate to end. One more auto attack, he gets it, and Phoenix. Astral off onto the Shadow Fiend, and Echo, he has the BKB, but the comes through. Echo in so much trouble. He gets the Infest. Nice save there from MKS, but Ulu on this vent, he just needs to retreat now. Buyback on the Spirit Breaker, trying to find the target. It's going to be the Doom. Doesn't have to blink out. He will be isolated out from the rest of his team, and he will go down. Yeah.
Ulu was feeling very weak, very small there. he ran around a couple of times. Not sure if he could actually commit onto that canopy. And then, you know, when Bolt came out, or sorry, when initial stun came out from the Doom, the War Stomp, he wasn't hitting him. So the SF was able to stand his ground there thanks to this BKB and
Double damage.
thanks to, you know, some skittish plays there by Ulu.
You know, it's one of those things that this Doom like has so many good Doom targets, but it's also like kind of it's a blessing and a curse, right? Whenever you see one of these heroes, you're like, cool, I'm gonna Doom this one, but then left Echo to like Echo and Lifesteal to be able to do whatever they want in this fight, since he had already committed the Doom onto Zhao Fu previously, and so just need to be careful. He'll eventually go for a refresher, right? Ulu charged up here by the Spirit Breaker. No Nether Strike available though, and he's just zooming away. Thanks to that War Cry Inkswell.
He's out of there.
6 to 7 in 19 minutes. Very low kill score game, but a 9,000 gold lead here for Aster.Aries.
Yep. I mean, not at like a... cancel the zone medium. Oh, you realize there's no creeps in there. But yeah, at this point, they haven't hit like a power spike. So even though there's... even though they have such a big advantage and there hasn't been that many kills, they don't have the items they need to fight into CDEC yet. Right now, it's still a worry if he get hit inside a static storm and then you know, you get pulled into a vacuum, or you have ion shells on top of you. You need a couple BKBs on your side. They only just finished Sven's in the middle of that last team fight. He disassembled his Echo Saber into a BKB mid-fight, so he didn't have any attack speed, because he opted to go phase boots this game. He didn't pop his Mask of Madness either in the last fight.
Yeah.
But the big he's coming in next on OD. It's almost done on Doom. He just needs another 100 gold to get that one completed. So once we see those, the 9K net worth lead will feel like a 9K net worth lead.
Yeah, absolutely. Trying to think like what you do here on the side of CDEC. Like you just finished up the Ags here on the Darks here. You know, you have BKB on Echo. The Steeler is going for an Aya Scotty, so a pretty good Aya Scotty game, but it just, I worry that they're going to be too far behind item wise. Like once all three of these cores have BKB.
I mean, it's a good Eye of Scotty game, but I think like if Aster.Aries just focuses on SF and kind of ignores the Lifestealer, he's not doing a ton of DPS. Like he's not bursting anyone down very quickly at all. 16 strength, he spent 2,000 gold on just 16 damage. The Sange, and now you're spending like, I don't know, 5,200.
Inkswell stun there. Come out onto the Lifestealer. Nice vacuum wall does come through though. Ulu trying to get these kills, but the Lifestealer just burning down here, and the rest of them on the run. Soulbind not end up doing a lot since they are so dang fast. Batik coming through on the backside. Nice static storm, but the two-man Stormhammer from Ulu gets now turning his attention on over to Zhao, who maybe he can find the kill. The bugs do connect. Does he have a Spirit Vessel charge? He does, but oh my goodness, just two quick attacks from Ulu will take down that Disruptor. Shadow Fiend had to TP out pretty much at the beginning of the fight, and to Roshan they go.
I'm not gonna be able to stop this. Not with just two heroes alive. That Lifestealer never stood a chance. I mean, I think they could have left him in his ultimate alongside the DD, and it would have ticked him out.
Its top tower has learned better.
Zhao Fu, ambitious to. Oh, he's just doing creeps. Ambitious if he thought that he could go and contest this Roche fight right now. But they are going to clean this one up in short order. I don't know who they give this to.
Someone tells me we haven't seen the last of him.
I mean, usually you give it to whoever's sieging the tier 3 towers. And if you're dropping the meteor hammers on Phoenix, I suppose you're the one doing that. Sven, he'd probably get punished if he tried to. I mean, if you get vacuum backed and then, you know, altered by the SB, you can be pretty far away from the rest of your team.
Yeah, I think they'll
get to hit the tower
until they have the shard on Phoenix before like allowing the Sven to push the high ground, right? Because once you have the shard on the OD, you just have this moment of being like, oh, they're going on the Sven, cool, I'm just gonna astral him and he's gonna walk out of their base.
Yeah, either that or at least again, BKB completed on the OD. That's gonna be his next item, which he needs another 300 gold for. Mistimed that. That's embarrassing.
Ulu? Oh, he just got a glimpse of the Disruptor, and that's all he needs.
That's a good one.
Yep. See, I'm on it tonight, right?
Yeah, you will.
how many of these things just like over people's heads until you point it out.
Probably none of it. The only head it goes over is mine, probably. Most of the time. Let's be real, yeah. All right, Blink Dagger done on Jiaofu. It's making it much easier to get in the. It's only a single point in the wall, though. I'll have to put another one in. Get himself his level 14. He's got the BKB queued up next, but you know, I think this is like as strong as he's going to be. Tons of physical damage is going to come out from this Sven, and he's not really going to exist even with the BKB in the fight. BKB now done on the OD. BKB done on Doom. He's got the plate mail, the first part of Shiva, so he can stand his ground against the SF and the lifesteal a little bit easy. This game starting to get kind of for them.
They want to fight here. Spear Breaker doesn't quite have the Aghanim Scepter, but another strike behind the Sven, charging him over and over. There's the Astral Stick, Phoenix, and he has BKB to get out of this. Go on the back, or MKS is on the back side. We'll just pop the Rage. Duke comes out right away, and now Vacuum. He didn't get the ball. It came out too late. Big Static Storm there, but they just stand there out with the BKBs, and now there's just nothing left. They're just gonna back on off. Still have this Aegis protect Phoenix for a moment. A huge Sneezy clips, and they even bigger crit from Ulu Echo. Chased on down. There's the blink in from the Doom. They just take down 4. Dude, they just picked him apart one by one in this fight.
They're trying to run down their Jiaofu, but I don't think they're going to be able to grab the rest of CDEC.
Oh, yeah, they will.
Hey, and so they do.
DK just kind of baiting him here, just pops the time lapse.
Yeah. But that's your buyback force there. He felt like he could turn things around. MKS, he gets nothing from this one. They're all just going to back up now.
Looks like the Sven's going to go for the classic disassemble of the Echo Saber into the Bloodthorn, which it's a good Bloodthorn game. You never want to have to build BKB on a Lifestealer. You don't really like to build Manta. So
you can build Satanic, but you'd be going out of your way for this at this point because you haven't really progressed it all in like net worth the last couple of minutes. You've just had this ultimate orb Sanj, and again, I mentioned this before, you don't feel like you have too much damage, and your DPS doesn't scale with anything other than your items on life, so your stack growth rate is so bad. Game be hard for him. All of a sudden, 19k net worth advantage, I think. Once his Doom is off of cooldown, they'll make another play and try to charge Phoenix to top lane, but he already knows. Just sits behind his tier 3. I'm trying to think about what
TK so farm too. I mean, he's got Spirit Vessel, Solar Crest done, on his way to an Orchid, and like we saw an Orchid first item Weaver the other day. Oh, Soulbind into the double Storm Hammer, the cleaves from Spectrum. Goodbye. They didn't have to do anything. Doom wasn't even available. You lost 2 cores.
Just like that. I think the game might be over off of that one. That is your dive back on the Lifestealer. Bought back in the previous fight. SF, I think he's trying to like drop his ultimate or something to force the enemies back.
Charge, they find TK. This is not really want to be. Echo, the Sven comes in, chases on to the Shadow Fiend. He's dead without getting anything off. Disruptor will join him, and Ulu continuing the chase with this DD rune, but he's going to be able to just charge out of here on the Spirit Breaker, and he should be safe. They're going to turn their attention back towards mid, though.
Keeping their eyes on the prize. The entire enemy team dead. Might as well take this tier 2 tower. They still don't have fortify for another minute and 45 seconds, so we'll take quick work of this. Fortunately, they don't have God's strength anymore.
Radiant's middle tower.
24k net worth advantage now. All of a sudden, going completed.
Where did Radiant's middle tower
He's had
go?
himself a Blink Dagger sent out, so he's got Blink. He's still got his 9-second BKB.
Dude, Dota Plus had CDEC at 70 win rate, 7% of the game.
That is
Very
insane.
Yeah, Darkseer stunned up, meaning he's some way out of this. Ooh, Bloodthorn comes out just a little bit too late though, and Disruptor trying to get ran down by the Doom on the BKB and disengage, and he said he just says, "So you." Oh, the charge, the angles. Breaker pulls out the protractor.
Very clean pick up there. I mean, if he ulted, they would have been able to get that off in time. The charge is the only thing that was going to be to do it. So, sick pick up there. They end up grabbing the Doom, ending his dominating streak, and put a golden pocket of the Lifestealer. We'll bring him close to this Eye of Scotty that he's been working on for a long time now, but still doesn't have that one completed.
Yeah, it's been a long time in the making.
Question if he can find it before the next team fight. I mean, as soon as Doom's back up, I feel like they're gonna run again. But if you're quick, you can find it before this next Roche, but not if the SF is testing your fire.
And there's only so many creeps on the map, you know. Blast Ray, Psychic Headband, some good drops for both teams. I'm just curious who's going to be taking what. Oh, Paladin Sword for the life, so that's a feels good. Then on the side of the Dire, they Spider Legs, I'm sure that stays on Sven, yeah. Cloak of Flames for the Doom, and a Psychic Headband for the OD. So even further, he's on Act? He is, he's using it up now. So he's got the Blink Dagger now, Psychic Headband on his way to the Aghanim Scepter. So the Astrals are going to be coming from downtown.
I'm sure they need this to close out the game, though. I mean, might have it by the time they clear out this next Roshan, which is, I think, the next time in 4, but they won't go for one smoke gank. All the cooldowns are available.
Scan comes out. I'm sure they're just going to blink right up onto the high ground. Ulu cares not, and instead he's going to find Lifestealer. That's not who we thought he was going to get. The Disruptor was there to try and take the gank, but it ends up being the worst scenario. Now a double Doom onto the Spirit Breaker, as well as the Shadow Fiend. Ink Swell, not even needed. Darkseer is trying to hide. He's like, guys, leave me alone. The 4 of them. GG comes out, and Aries get the series 2-0.
CDEC taking for too long. 7-26. CDEC not off to a good start. There's a ultimate 0-3 for the series overall, but Aster.Aries at the top, looking to remain there. Looking at 4-0 for the matches the DPC season, and 8-1 for their total win losses. Absolutely dominating the CNDPC, Ricky.
Your fate arrives.